About Girish. Girish Chandra Ghosh was always talking to the devotees about the Master. Haripada. Girish Ghosh sees many visions nowadays. After going home from here, he remains absorbed in spiritual moods and sees many things. Master. That may be true. Coming to the Ganges, one sees many things, boats, ships, and what not. Haripada. Girish Ghosh says, "From now on I shall occupy myself only with my work. In the morning, on the stroke of the clock, I shall sit down with my pen and ink pot and write for the whole day." He makes the resolve, no doubt, but cannot carry it out. No sooner do we visit him than he begins to talk about you. You asked him to send Narendra here in a carriage. He said, "I shall hire a carriage for Narendra." At 5 o'clock the younger Narain was ready to go home. Sri Ramakrishna stood by his side on the northeast veranda and gave him various instructions. Then the boy saluted the Master and departed. Many of the devotees also took their leave. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting on the small couch talking to Mohini. Mohini's wife was almost mad with grief on account of her son's death. Sometimes she laughed and sometimes she wept, but she felt peaceful in Sri Ramakrishna's presence. "Master, how is your wife now?" "Mohini. She becomes quiet whenever she is here, but sometimes at home she becomes very wild. The other day she was going to kill herself." When Sri Ramakrishna heard this, he appeared worried. Mohini said to him humbly, "Please give her a few words of advice." "Master, don't allow her to cook. That will heat her brain all the more. And keep her in the company of others so that they may watch her." It was dusk. Preparations were going on in the temples for the evening worship. The lamp was lighted in the Master's room and incense was burnt. Seated on the small couch, Sri Ramakrishna saluted the Divine Mother and chanted her name in a tender voice. There was nobody in the room except M, who was sitting on the floor. Sri Ramakrishna rose from the couch. M also stood up. The Master asked him to shut the west and north doors of the room. M obeyed and stood by Sri Ramakrishna on the porch. The Master said that he wanted to go to the Kali temple. Leaning on M's arm, he came down to the terrace of the temple. He asked M to call Baburam and sat down. After visiting the Divine Mother, the Master returned to his room across the court, chanting, "O Mother, Mother, Rajarahasvari." Sri Ramakrishna entered his room and sat on the small couch. He had been passing through an extraordinary state of mind. He could not touch any metal. He had said a few days before, "It seems that the Divine Mother has been removing from my mind all ideas of possession." He had been eating from plantain leaves and drinking water from an earthen tumbler. He could not touch a metal jar. So he had asked the devotees to get a few earthen jars for him. If he touched metal plates or pots, his hand ached as if stung by a horned fish. Prasanna had brought a few earthen pots, but they were very small. The Master said with a smile, "These pots are too small. But he is a nice boy." Once I asked him to take off his clothes, and he stood naked in front of me. What a child he is. Tarak of Bulgaria arrived with a friend and bowed low before Sri Ramakrishna, who was sitting on the small couch. The room was lighted by an oil lamp. A few devotees were sitting on the floor. Tarak was about 20 years old and married. His parents did not allow him to come to Sri Ramakrishna. He lived mostly at his home near Bobazar. The Master was very fond of him. Tarak's friend had a tamasic nature. He rather scoffed at the Master and religious ideas in general. "Master," to Tarak's friend, "why don't you go and visit the temples?" Friend, "Oh, I've seen them before." Master, "Is it wrong for Tarak to come here?" Friend, "You know best, Master." Pointing to M, "He is a headmaster." Friend, "Oh." Quote,